Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, or welcome if you are new. Today we have the hotel tour for TUI Blue Makadi. I keep getting it wrong. Yeah, Makadi Gardens. So we have been here for a week. We are going to start off with the hotel tour and then we are going to do the review at the very end. We're going to take you through the entire hotel. We're going to go down to their private beach as well so you can see that. But we are starting at the front of the hotel. Also, if you are new to my channel, I am swapping between a small vlogging camera and this camera, okay? So if the volume keeps changing, I do apologise, but this vlogging camera can't deal with the focus. So we're keeping swapping out, so I apologise if it changes. But yeah, we'll get on with the hotel tour and then we'll do the review at the end. So we are on the street currently. This is the entrance to the kind of complex thing, and this is the front of the hotel itself. So we'll make our way up the steps. There is a security scanner, but we've never been asked to go through that, even when we came. Oh, you have a waiter coming through. Morning. So this is the entrance of the main hotel. Over here, this is one of the a la carte restaurants. There are 7 plus this one, but I'll talk through that in the review. And this is the entrance of the hotel. Yeah. So in here is the lobby. That is where the rec normally sits. And this is the main reception area with seats. We'll go up here first. This says it's the bar, but it doesn't really have a working bar function, so they have to go get you drinks. This is where the late risers breakfast is, where they put food in just after breakfast and then it's here all day, so you can eat whenever you want if you are hungry. So through here is the main buffet area. I'm not going to go in because they're cleaning up. I will put a clip in now of one of the clips I took at one of the, what was it? Was it dinner I took that clip? Yeah. So going past the reception, down here we have a little shop that's got loads of like little souvenir bits, and then that is some toilets, and then here you can book your a la carte thing. Back up through the reception and we'll go out these main doors. Thank you. Then you come out and this is the main bar with the seating area, and then coming out onto the pools. This is one of the pools. There are 2, if you can see down there. This is described as the quiet pool. We can come on to that a bit later, but this is the quiet pool. It is deeper than the one down there, but yeah, it's nice. That is the outdoor seating for the buffet, the main eating area. Yeah, and that is the bottom of the quiet pool, making it an infinity pool, and then a tiny little one at the bottom, which you can go in, but no one really does. Coming around to the right, this is the Lido pool bar, so this is another bar. This is where the entertainment tends to be. On an evening they set up here and then people sit there. Then this is also where like snacks and the a la carte lunch menu is served as well. Right, coming around here, in there is the billiard room, so there's a pool table in there with aircon. And then there's a cute little book corner where you can just pick up some books. And then this is kind of the outdoor fitness area where there's like yoga and things like that, isn't there? Like aerobics. And then there's all the equipment for it as well. Then there is actually someone in here, so I don't know if they're gonna be okay with me filming. The gym is in here. So this is the gym. It has all the cardio equipment on one side and then the weights on the other. Do you know what the plates go up to? 20s. Amazing, thank you very much. There are towels and things as well, and water, and it is nice and cool in here. The only place in the hotel that's actually very, very cool. And just moving along, so that is where we just came from. This is the activities area. So there is a jacuzzi here. This is all free to use as well. We have a ping pong table. There are two, one of them's in use. Then a pool table, and then coming around the corner. Oh, there's also this. This isn't actually part of this hotel's, that's part of this hotel's, because this is actually not the hotel. Just over there is, but that is this hotel's, but we are allowed to use it, so you can play basketball and tennis on there. Then round here there is darts board, shuffleboard, and then a foosball table as well. So they're kind of all the activities on there. Right, let's move on. Right, so we are moving along. This is the main pool, and then that is the main hotel. Yeah, well, there's not much to say, is there? It's day beds. They tend to be quite busy, and people normally take one of these and then one of these because there is no shade whatsoever on them. Down there, that is the path to the beach. I'm not going to film that bit now, I'm going to film that later, so I will put that in now. Right, we've just picked up where I left off in terms of the tour, so we are here. I'm thinking I am going to film the entire walk to show how quick it is. I'll put it at like 2 times speed, but here we go. This is how long it takes to get to the beach. Here we are. So what, that was like 3-minute walk. So this is the private beach. So basically wherever there's grass is the TUI beach, and it's their private beach. And then if you can see the sea, then that little bar there, that is their bar. So you can use your all-inclusive bands there. There's food and drinks. But yeah, this is it, and you can see it goes all the way along for all the other hotels as well. This is it. Then we are back to the hotel. So this is the shisha bar. Is it shisha? Is that right? Shisha. You can get shisha here, but it's not included in all-inclusive. And this is also just a little bit of a relaxing area by the pool as well, so you can order drinks and stuff here as well. Right, back to kind of where we were before. That's the billiards room, and we are heading into the actual hotel bit now. And we're going to go up to our room. Yeah, changing rooms, and then there is the other door. Oh, there is the other door for the gym. Right, we are on the 3rd floor, so let's go. Coming around to our room. We're a little bit off from everyone. Okay, so please keep in mind this is our last day, so it is a bit of a mess with our stuff. This is the room. Hang on, I'm so hot. I'm just trying to cool down. Anyway, so coming in, you have wardrobes on the left. This is an actual wardrobe, and these are all shelves. There is a safe in there, but it is absolutely tiny. If you're thinking about putting a laptop or anything in there, not gonna work. Yeah, iPad doesn't even fit. Then coming into the bathroom, there's a shelf under there as well. Massive mirror, towels on a hanger, and then here is the shower. Very basic.
The shower's pretty good, but it's not very...
I was just about to ask you for reviews on the shower, because Doc's a shower.
It's good, but it doesn't go really cold, which is not really warm when you're at like 36 degrees.
Yeah.
We talk about temperature in this vlog about.
No, this is the hotel tour, yeah. Then obviously the bed with 2 bedside tables. We have a fridge in there that gets restocked with soft drinks that are included, all inclusive, and then there are wines and stuff like that, but you have to pay. More storage, TV, but it's pretty much useless because everything's German, Arabic, or Russian, or Ukrainian. There wasn't really much English stuff. This is our balcony. I'm not going to go out because I am very warm. We didn't pay for a pool view room, but if you can see, that is the start of the pool there. So we can see the pool, but we are looking out onto the other hotel, and that is the activity area and the courts, and then that is another hotel. There are places to hang up your bikinis and towels and stuff, and yeah, that's ours. We are on the top floor, so we aren't sure whether everybody gets these massive domed roofs. We think everybody else might get like just a flat roof, but yes. So let's do the review. Oh, hello. Okay, so first thing I just want to say is, if you haven't seen any of our hotel tours before, just know that we are very picky, and know that a lot of these things that we're going to mention might not be a problem for you. That's absolutely fine. I go into this with the intention of trying to list everything I can possibly think of in case it's a deal breaker for somebody else. The negative points I have separated into kind of like more prominent stuff that I have actually been annoyed by, and then some stuff that just are like, this could be better. But that doesn't mean that you have to be bothered by these things. I know we're being picky. Please don't come out being like, this is really picky and petty. I know, but this is kind of the point. I'm doing this on purpose. And we are quite picky, aren't we? We pay a lot of money to come to places that we go, so we like being a little bit picky about it. So yeah, we will start with the negative points because that's what we normally do, because then we can end on a high. But first thing I just want to say is, we have been ill. So this might have changed the way we looked at the hotel. This also is something to think about if you come into Egypt, because it happens to a lot of people. I've been ill in 2 different ways. I think I have a kidney infection, and then I've also been ill, and then Jack has also been ill as well. We aren't sure what it came from. We thought it was the air conditioning. We thought it was going in and out of the air conditioning that was kind of like maybe cramping our stomachs, but we have noticed it happens after meal. Well, I've been ill for longer than you, haven't I? Yeah. I'm still being ill, but Jack's kind of finished being ill. It's happening after breakfast times for me, and we do know somebody who lives in Cairo, and they have messaged saying that it is probably the food, because we were like, oh, we think it's the aircon, and they were like, it's probably not, it's probably the food. They said that it comes from Egypt having different food standards and requirements, but we're not saying that the food here makes you ill. We're not saying that you're going to be ill, but I just want to point out we have been ill, and it has took over a large part of the holiday. So it's just something to keep in mind. We've been here for a week. I don't know if I've mentioned that. And we're on the last day today. So Should we go through the bad bits, the complaints?
Yeah.
So the first thing is music from the other hotels. So with this hotel is very calm, relaxed. It's meant to be like a relaxing getaway for couples. That's why it's a TUI Blue hotel, and it is. But if you well, anywhere around the pool, to be honest, but just different parts you can hear it more. The hotel that is over that way, the music is blasting. Like, we can hear it word for word when we're sitting at the pool, and when you're trying to just have a relaxing time, it's a lot, because it's proper like clubby music, like Gasolina, Despacito, like everything like that is on all the time. It's when you're down by the pool, it's when you're up on an evening just chilling, you can hear it all the time. So
it's quite a big hotel as well.
Yeah, we
so
had a look on maps.
So it looks like maybe they're compensating for the size of it with the volume of the music.
Yeah, We don't know if it's a type of more clubby hotel. We did ask one of the reps, but he was just like, I don't know. But it is just very annoying when you're sitting and trying to like read, and then you can just hear, it's not even like crisp, so it's kind of like,
just wafts as the wind picks up.
Yeah, and it's really annoying. So it's something to keep in mind if you are coming for a relaxing, just chill time. There's going to be music on in the background. When you have my glasses on.
No, it's okay because it's bright.
Are you
I'll
sure?
just be squinting otherwise, yeah.
You look like you're trying to be a cool guy.
No, just...
We've just realised Jack has his sunglasses on, but we are sitting with like the balcony behind us, so it is quite bright. The other complaint is the bed. The bed is very, very hard. It's very, very hard. There is a good part of the bed that I'll come on to when we get to the good parts, but it's a very hard bed. I know that seems petty, but for people who have back problems, it does make a difference. Like with this kidney infection that I think I have, I'm assuming it's a kidney infection, but the reason that it started was my immense back pain. I'm treating it like it's a kidney infection because I haven't seen a doctor whilst I'm out here, but if it's not a kidney infection, my back is in absolute agony because of this bed. And before I thought about it could be a kidney infection, I was fully rolling with the fact that my back is just absolutely aching because this bed is so hard. So it's just something to think about. Right, we're coming on to points to improve, or points just that could be better. There are a mix of like things that can't be improved, but things that could be improved.
The food's the first one. I mean, it's so I'm vegan normally, but I do vegetarian on holiday, as we've mentioned in other videos, just due to it being too hard to be a vegan. One good part of this is that the hotel do mark everything that's vegan, vegetarian,
and allergens as well.
Yeah.
Like they have like allergens wrote out. Well, I say that, but then Jack picked up something vegan once, and then I had halloumi in, so the allergens could be wrong.
But the food choice isn't very vast. I think they've got a good selection of breads and pastries and stuff like that. They've got, you know, a good selection of different types of meat, but not different ways of cooking that meat. So you've just got grilled chicken, and then you've got maybe, I don't know, steamed beef or something like that. But it's just not a vast option for food, is there?
Yeah, so kind of like if you are, so I'm a picky eater. I struggle with textures and tastes quite bad, and for me, I've struggled to find things to eat that aren't plain. Like, so the only things that I've ate really have been plain chicken and just plain meats essentially, and bread, because all of the stuff that's cooked into something has they always have peppers in, and I despise peppers, and they're always in a sauce, and I don't like sauce. And I understand that that's the Egypt cuisine, and that's something to think about before you come here. But because we were in a TUI hotel, I thought there would probably be like a bit more of a variation. So for example, when we went to Lanzarote last year, which we did a hotel tour on, so I'll leave that above, that for food was incredible. Like, it was incredible. And I don't particularly like Spanish food because like it's still got quite a lot of peppers and things and stuff in, but I had no problem eating different things there. Whereas here, I've really struggled to find something I want to eat, and it's kind of all over as well. Like the food down in the a la carte lunch restaurant that is included in the all-inclusive doesn't really have a good variation.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. It's not. You could come here and you could absolutely love this food. This is one of those ones where it's going to be completely individual. But for us, we have struggled. So if you're a bit of a picky eater, it might just be something to think about.
Yeah. The next one's really the aircon. The aircon is good. So in the gym and stuff, it's really good.
The gym and the billiard room
Really good.
are really, really good.
But the aircon in the room only goes down to 20 as a minimum.
Can you kick on the camera?
Sorry.
I don't think it actually is 20 either.
No.
Like, I think the only time we've got it down to 20 is kind of like overnight where it's been on for hours.
Yeah.
But it doesn't go down any lower. Again, this is individual. That might be fine for you. I've been alright with it. Apart from the first day. The first day was a bit like, we need the cold, because the temperatures have been like 36.
Yeah.
So we were like, I just want it to be colder. But after the first day, this has been okay. But if you're wanting freezing cold, it doesn't get like that.
And it makes a difference when you've got that heat and the sun. I mean, our balcony gets sun and the sun coming in to the bottom of the door now. That'll heat the room up, and when you can't get the aircon to battle it that well, it's not great.
If you're somebody who needs the room to be cold to sleep in, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to happen. It is warm. It's either warm or hot. You can't really get it cold unless you want to go sleep in the billiards room.
Yeah.
Right, entertainment. So, this, again, personal taste, but we haven't really enjoyed the entertainment. So, some nights it has been only singers or a band, and then some nights it is a singer, something else, and then the singer again. Let's talk about the singers first.
Yeah.
Sorry, the aircon keeps catching on our throats.
So the some of the singers have been really, really good.
Some of them.
Yeah.
I want to say maybe like two.
Two
of them.
Of the acts have been really, really good. And,
Brilliant. These two girls that came, their voices were beautiful. But the rest,
yeah, it's like kind of
not great.
it's a karaoke in a club in the UK, isn't it?
Yeah, they haven't been amazing. I for entertainment don't particularly enjoy singers anyway, because to me I'm just like, just put some music on, it's the same deal. I feel like for me, when you come to a hotel and there's entertainment, there should be something other than a singer. And especially when the backing tracks are terrible quality. Like, they're not very good quality whatsoever. It's the type of thing where it sounds like it should be on the back of a keyboard. You know, when you can press the play on a keyboard and it's like, that's the kind of level it is. The other entertainments have been, there was an African show, last night was a Brazilian show, and there has been belly dancing, and I think there's a few things like that.
Yeah. I think all of them have been mediocre, haven't they? Really?
Yeah, and they're just dancing. Like, the African one had a bit of like contortion. You didn't really see that, did we? Because we didn't realise, we did the welcome talk and tour, and still we didn't know that it was kind of like sandwiched in, where it was like the singer and then entertainment and then the singer. So we missed it because we thought it was just a singer, so we're like, we'll not bother. And then we heard it was on, so I went and caught the end of it. That had more like contortion and stuff in, and that was good. But they were all just a bit like, okay.
Yeah.
It could be improved. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying those people aren't good. It could be better. Again, I'm going to use Lanzarote as last year. Some of the Lanzarote entertainment was brilliant. Like, the Lanzarote one had a classical duo in, and they were doing like classical renditions of pop music and things like that. And I know that's very kind of a niche taste, but it was just a bit better. And then like some of the dancers that we've had, they just didn't look happy to be there. It kind of felt like they were just there because, for lack of a better thing, some white people had hired them to come dance. And I don't know, it just doesn't, it feels a bit like, I'm just like, we are very aware of being in another culture and being white people, and when we're watching people from different cultures, because a lot of it has been Spanish people, which is strange as well. A lot of the bands have been Spanish, and we're in Egypt, in Africa, and a lot of us are English. It felt a bit odd that there were Spanish people performing, but a lot of them have been Spanish, there's been some Egyptian, and it just felt like when they weren't happy to be here, it just made us feel like, oh my god, it just feels like we're just being like, come on and dance. Like, it just didn't feel like they were happy to be doing it. So I don't know, it just felt a bit like, ugh. So the entertainment could be better. That's the evening entertainment. One of our good points is the rest of the entertainment, and we'll come on to that.
The beach, so the beach is, so it does have a private beach.
I'll have shown it.
Yeah, each hotel has a private beach, and the private beach is good to have, but I think it's just, it seems, we only went down once or twice, didn't we? We did during the tour,
yeah.
And then we went down the other day to take some photos, and we love taking photos on the beach, and there's just not much of a beach. Our bit of the beach, as you'll have seen in the clip, is obviously grass, and then there's the sand bit, but the sand bit doesn't really go very far in front of people's kind of sunbeds.
The beds go right down to the sea, essentially.
Yeah, and then as you might have seen, there's probably kids in the other hotels, bits of the beach as well.
Yeah.
So you go down,
which is completely reasonable, reasonable. But if you're coming for an adults only thing and you're looking for an adults only beach, there's kids everywhere, and with the bar being a bit far away from the beach part, you are going to come into contact with loads of kids. But it's just, it doesn't feel like there's a beach. It feels like there's beds and then the water, and then the water has the coral in, so you've got to be very, very careful. So again, this is something that can't be really improved, but it's not like a beach, it just feels like sunbeds and then the sea. Another point is the location. This is something that if you have researched the location, you'll know already. But if you're like us and you didn't really think about it, it's something to think about. So this is in Hurghada, and Hurghada isn't next to any of the Egyptian landmarks, monuments that you might want to visit. So I've always wanted to come to Egypt. I've always wanted to see the pyramids. I've always been interested in Egyptian culture and history, and we've came to Egypt and we're nowhere near any of the things that we can see. The hotel does provide excursions to go to Cairo and Luxor, which have things like the big palaces and the pyramids, but they are a minimum of 3.5 journey away. For Cairo, it's 6.5 hours journey. You are near the desert, but not like Juni kind of desert, as in it's just flat land and sand, and that's fine. But it's not kind of the big monuments that you associate with Egypt. And if you are here to experience the culture, it's probably not a good shout, because you're in a complex that's gated, so everybody in here basically is at the hotels or works at the hotels. That's it. There are little shops, there are pharmacies. In terms of location for being next to things that you need, brilliant. It feels so safe. It is beautiful. The shops are great. The pharmacy we've been to, brilliant. No problem whatsoever. There's loads of little restaurants. But if you're here to experience the culture of Egypt and not just going on holiday and it happens to be in Egypt, it might not be the best place.
Even the city of Hurghada, which looks quite close on a map, is half an hour trip away, isn't it?
Yeah, because we went in to visit Hurghada, and yeah, it is quite far away.
The last thing is plastic bottles, really. So there is a lot of things around the hotel saying, we're looking at the environment, we're doing all this conservation stuff with the marine life and stuff like that.
And the towels and stuff as well. They say if you'd only tell us if you want the towels or the linens changed.
Saves the kind of energy of cleaning them. But the only thing is, so Sarah's got one now, is plastic bottles. I mean, we've got a bin there full of them. Any water that you get, obviously in Egypt you have to have mineral water, but any water you get from the pool bars, from the restaurants, everything like that is all in plastic bottles, which
we feel disgusted for. We are, if you're new to the channel, we are very, very eco-conscious, and this is a big thing for us. It might not be for a lot of people, but because we are so eco-conscious, this has felt disgusting. And it's the type of thing as well where you tend to not finish the bottle if you're at the pool, because it gets so hot. The water doesn't just get room temperature in England, it gets hot.
It gets air temperature, doesn't it, really, which is 6 degrees.
Yeah, so you don't even finish it, you then have to get another bottle of water. So it's not great. And the thing is as well, it's because we know there are other options. There's been multiple, Lanzarote and Corfu had cartons for, did Corfu? don't know if Corfu did. Anyway, they had cartons that were recyclable, and they had all over the bottle, this is recyclable, whereas this isn't. It's also Coca-Cola, which isn't great, but it just feels disgusting. Like it's not very nice. So yeah, that is all the negative points that we can think of. There's probably a few more that we've forgotten, but if I had remembered them, I'll have put them in the description box, because I did that with Corfu. Anyway, let's go on to the good points. You start.
Yeah, so the kind of layout of the pool beds is really good, and there's lots of them as well. So I don't know how many rooms are actually in the hotel.
It's quite a small hotel.
It's quite a small hotel in comparison to other ones we've stayed at and other ones in this kind of what do you call it, complex. But there's probably almost double the beds, I'd probably guess.
I don't think it's double, but
there's a lot more beds than there are rooms, which is really good, because it means that you're never struggling to get a bed.
And we've never had that before.
No, we struggled in most of the hotels to sometimes get decent beds. We normally just get the last one that's available. But I mean, here we're often sitting at like peak time, between kind of 12 and 3 when everyone's down by the pool, and there's still loads and loads of beds free. And even the ones that you that you saw earlier in the video, that are like in the pool, the kind of the floating day bed kind of things, they're sometimes free as well during the day, which is quite good.
There are kind of two types of people on them. People who are on them all day will not give them up, will leave their towels on there even when they're left with the leave for like 2 hours. And then there's some people who's just like, right, I'm done, gone, and then let other people have them. Another thing with the beds is that there's loads of shade. Like, they have the cabanas. I don't know if I've said that in the vlog as well, and I don't even know if that's true, but I'm going to go with cabanas with the big, like, the shade on them. There's loads of them, because
most of them, I think, are probably about half of them are to have those, where normally in hotels where they have them there's only like 4 or 5. Sometimes you have to pay for them. I think Lanzarote you had to rent them, didn't you? Whereas these, it's a free for all. If you want it, you can have it.
Lanzarote had any?
I'm sure they did. I'm sure you had to pay for it.
I don't think Lanzarote did. Corfu and Turkey did.
Right, okay. I think Turkey had to pay for them. But the kind of layout as well of them is really good. You're not like immediately overlooking somebody else sunbathing the other side of the pool in most cases. There are they are in rows, aren't they? So we normally get the back row, but it's not really that much of an issue. The people in front of us, it's kind of alright.
Oh, one point, bad point, smoking. We have this problem everywhere, because obviously this is kind of open to Europeans as well, like there's Germans and things like that, and I think that's bigger, it's bigger in Europe than it is in the UK, is the smoking. There isn't smoking areas on this hotel, which at least Lanzarote has, but you can smoke anywhere, so we've been like sandwiched in by smokers, and we hate it. Like, we don't want to smell like smoke, we don't want to smell smoke essentially. And
when we went to Hurghada as well, we went to a British pub just to get a drink, and there was people smoking inside there as well, which we were really shocked at. But obviously it's perfectly legal to do so.
And I understand that's the laws here, that's completely fine, but in the hotel you'd want it to be in an area. Another thing as well, like, is like people play, this isn't the hotel's fault, but they could try and police it, is people play their phone out loud.
The TV shows and stuff.
And not just even the guests, staff have done it. Like, some staff were just listening to music on their phone, and it was kind of like, I don't want to listen to this. And I wish the staff would go around and be like, don't play your phone out loud, or put some headphones in. But I hate the smoking thing, and I just wish there were areas away from the main pool.
Anyway, back to good bits.
You say this because this was your point.
Pretty much all the food and drink is included, so there are a few things like in our room there's a price list to say, Coca-Cola, Sprite, all that kind of stuff is free. There are some drinks you have to pay for, some more of like the iced tea and some snacks as well. Around the bars and around the pool and stuff, there are some like spirits and stuff that you have to pay for, but pretty much everything everywhere else is all inclusive.
And it's a very small list as well, I think, that you have to pay for.
There's only 2 or 3, I think, on the alcohol list that you have to pay for, and it's all stuff that's imported, I think. But the rest of it's all inclusive. There's stuff like at lunchtime, there's the lunch menu at the Lido bar, but then after that there's waffles and crepes as well that you can get there, that's all inclusive.
There's food at every single point of the day. Like that one that we showed you on the tour for the late risers, that's there till, what did they say? Till tea time.
Till 6.
Till 6. And that's there all day, and then I think there's a fridge in the Lido bar with stuff in there as well.
Yeah.
Like there's food on at any point in the day if you're hungry.
Which was good because when we went into Hurghada, when we came back, we didn't have any lunch.
Yeah,
so we were quite hungry.
had a problem in Hurghada with money.
Yeah.
Make sure you've got a card that you can take money out in this currency.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. Amex doesn't seem to work if that's something that helps you.
If you're interested in that story, you've got to watch the vlog that's coming after this. But yeah, just make sure. Positive of this bed is it's massive. It is absolutely huge. And as much as I love Jack and we're here for our anniversary, I want to be close to him. It is so nice to be able to get distance from him when this room is warm already. It is lovely and big. I just wish it was a little bit softer.
I'm like a radiator anyway, so it's good you can keep it away.
Yeah. Next up is there is lots to do and there are lots of activities. So it's not as well that I think the good point of this is that you're not dragged into anything. They're not going to be like, no, come on, come on, come on. They're just like, do you want to do this? No, okay, and then leave you alone. So there are lots of things like that activity place is really, really good. I think if we'd have been well, we would have used that a lot more. We played billiards, we went in the billiards room last night and that was very fun. There's always something on during the day, like there's football, volleyball. There was a face mask class where you could make your own face masks. There was an Arabic class where you could learn the language, which was, I love stuff like that. I love it. Like, as much as we are in like a TUI hotel and it is just like English or Europeans, I love when they try and bring the culture in. So having like the Arabic class and there was a spices class and stuff like that, that was really good.
The staff are great. They're always going to check
if you've got drinks.
If you've got drinks, if you want anything more.
Oh, we missed the waiting time for the drinks.
Oh, we did. We'll tack it to the end of this.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're really good. They come and ask if you want more drinks, even if you've just got a little bit left.
Yeah,
they'll
just
check
be
if
like,
you want
are
a
you
refill.
good?
You know, if it's too warm.
Yeah.
They're always friendly as well. Everybody says good morning or good afternoon to you, and that's how you are and stuff like that.
There's been a few that have asked for pictures.
Yeah.
With like Jack and stuff, because I walk around with the big camera, and they're like, "Can you take my picture?" And they're really lovely, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very nice.
Really nice.
Some of them are a bit pushy, but that's the culture. I think like that's not their fault. It's the culture. But
I think on sorry, go.
No, you go.
I was going to say on that negative point of the waiting times.
I haven't made that point yet.
Sorry, go on.
But the waiting time for the drinks is a while.
Yeah.
You order a drink and you're probably looking about 15 minutes before it actually gets to you.
I think it's because they
take
a lot of drinks, they bulk,
yeah.
order them, and then they know where you are.
Yeah.
And I think it seems like we've had because we normally sit in the same place by the pool every day, so we've had the same couple of waiters.
Yeah.
So I think they know where, you know, it's like in a restaurant where waiters know the table numbers. I think they know where everybody is, and they go around and make sure everybody's okay for a drink.
Yeah.
Then they'll go away for 10-15 minutes and bring them
Get
all
the
back.
drinks and then
They'll normally come back with a tray full of drinks, and they'll just kind of.
Yeah, but that does mean that you've got to wait a while. Like there's been a few times where we've been really, really hot and we've been like, can we have some water please? And then we're just sitting there like, just waiting for the drink.
Yeah.
So
I think they prioritise non-water drinks as well, because they're in.
I don't know, sometimes they do come around with the water bottles first and then they'll go get the other drinks.
Okay.
But there is a little bit of a waiting time.
Last couple, so the reps are really good. There are, I'd say 4 reps in the hotel. There's the kind of main rep guy who books the activities, make sure that everything kind of ticks along, I think.
Does the welcome meeting.
Yeah, his name's Ali. If you book this hotel in the TUI app, you'll get like his name and introduction and stuff. There's also Ben, who's he's a Brit who's came over here. I think he said he was here for about 10 years.
I don't know where Ali's from, you know. Is Ali Arabic?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But yeah, Ben was a Brit that came over. I think he said he'd been out here about 10 years. He lives in Hurghada as well, so he's quite close. He does stuff like the boat trips. He did a quiz the other night. He does kind of all the fun activities. He took us into Hurghada. I think he does more of the day trips out kind of thing. Danielle, who I think
she's the manager.
I think she manages them, makes sure everything kind of takes along with everybody. And I can't remember his name, but
we haven't really met
him. But he does all his fitness stuff. He looks after the gym. I think he does all the classes. He does all the aerobic stuff. He takes people to football and...
He's very friendly though.
He is, yeah.
He's very nice.
You see him every morning with about 8 eggs on his plate, don't you?
Yeah. And he does, like I say, he does accept no. Like, he'll come over and be like, do you want to play football? And we'll be like, no, and be like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
He's very, very friendly, but they're very, very nice. Like, they've been, like, we dealt with Danielle mainly when we've been ill because we didn't know what to do, so we asked advice, and she's been lovely. She tried to give, like, tips and stuff as well, that like she's found that help from living here, so they've been very good. Yeah, last one is there have been gifts left for us in our room, which is very, very nice. We have been given like papyrus, we've been given a pot of honey, there's like quite a few different things, isn't there?
Stone spa thing?
Yeah, I heard. So,
stone.
and I think that's from TUI.
Yeah.
But it's very, very nice when we are far away from kind of like the stereotypical things that you see you would want from Egypt. It's very, very nice that they gave us like some papyrus and things like that. So, yeah. I think that is it. We are more than happy to answer any questions that you have. So, the camera cut me off. If you have any questions about the hotel or about the holiday or about anything with TUI, please just leave them below. Happy to answer them whenever you've got them, even if you're watching this video like 3 years after it uploads. Please just leave them below and we will help as much as we can. I think that's everything we had to say. So thank you so much for watching. If you did find this useful, please make sure to leave the video a like and comment. Any engagement really, really helps out my channel and lets me do more travel videos so then I can do more hotel tours, which is what I want to do and helps you guys. So please, any engagement, subscribe if you are new. Like I've said, there is a holiday vlog coming up after this video goes up, so you got to subscribe to see that. But thank you so much for watching, and I shall hopefully see you in another video.
Bye.
Bye.